Every day, thousands of people buy affordable e-bikes on Amazon. Every day, some of those same bikes end up burning their garages down. The Consumer Product Safety Commission documented over 60,000 defective models. The manufacturers knew the risks. They sold them anyway. This countdown reveals which 15 models are disasters waiting to happen. By the end, you'll understand why that cheap e-bike deal was actually a nightmare, burning garages and destroying families. If you own one of these 15, stop using it today. Number 15. Hyper E-Ride 26-inch. The Hyper E-Ride looks like a normal mountain bike. It shows up at Walmart for under $700. The price point makes sense. The bike itself does not. Walmart markets the Hyper E-Ride as a family option. Parents buy it. Kids ride it. Then, the frame starts flexing. Owners report the aluminum frame bending under normal riding conditions. The fake suspension in front doesn't absorb impact. It just moves. Riders describe the feeling as riding on a pogo stick, not a bicycle. But the real problem starts with the braking system. The V-brakes are cheap mechanical units. They fail under load. Users on cycling forums describe complete brake failure after moderate riding. One rider climbed a simple hill, twisted the pedals to go faster, and when she needed to stop at the bottom, nothing happened. The brakes didn't engage. She coasted into a parked car. Walmart markets the bike as UL certified, but the certification covers only the motor and battery system. The frame and brake components have no safety testing. The chain snaps on some units. Number 14. Swagtron EB-5 Pro. Marketed as 30-mile range, but real-world testing shows 15 miles maximum with throttle only. The real problem is battery collapse. Users report dropping from 12 miles to 3 miles within 6 months. One owner documented 15 miles of range shrinking to 1.3 miles after 1 year of normal riding. Another watched battery voltage sag from full charge to dead in just 2 months. The battery is built-in and non-removable. Swagtron refuses to sell replacement batteries to consumers. You have to contact support, wait weeks, and hope parts are available. Most owners abandon the bike. The motor struggles on any incline. V-brakes are loose and fail without warning. The lever goes soft, then dead, mid-stop. Forum users report identical incidents. One rider's brakes failed on a steep downhill at 18 miles per hour. He crashed into a fence. The throttle is glitchy, cutting in and out randomly. The bike jerks forward, stops, jerks forward again. Display shows incorrect battery information. Sold at Costco, Best Buy, Amazon. Number 13. Jetson Bolt Pro. Jetson markets the Bolt Pro as a portable city commuter at $600. It's light and folds, but it doesn't work properly. The 350-watt motor is underpowered for a 40-pound bike, plus rider. Users report the bike barely moves uphill. Even 5 to 6% grades stop the motor completely. Throttle mode is the only way forward, but throttle destroys the battery quickly. Jetson claims 30 miles of range and pedal assist. Actual range is 15 miles maximum on flat ground, with a light rider. Heavier riders get 10 to 12 miles. Cold weather cuts range to 7 miles. Wind reduces it further. The battery is glued into the frame and non-removable. After 6 months, it stops holding charge. Users document rapid capacity loss. Full range drops to half range in 4 to 6 months. After 1 year, the battery becomes a paperweight. You must throw away the entire bike. Mechanical disc brakes are small and unreliable. The steel frame rusts in humidity. 14-inch wheels create instability above 10 miles per hour. Riders describe handling as twitchy and unpredictable. The hard plastic seat feels like sitting on a skateboard. Sold at Costco, Best Buy, Amazon. Number 12. Nakto 26-inch cruiser and mountain bike. Nakto is a Chinese brand sold primarily on Amazon. The Nakto 26-inch comes in multiple versions, including the Camel model with a claimed 1,000 watts of power. The power claim is a lie. Testing shows the Nakto motor produces real output of around 400 watts. The company exaggerates the motor rating by 150% or more. The weak motor struggles on any hill. Users report pedaling manually more than using the motor. The bike becomes a heavy, regular bicycle that doesn't work. The motor gearing is wrong. The bike moves slowly in all modes. Even at full throttle, the bike tops out around 16 miles per hour. Most users expected 25 miles per hour based on marketing materials. The controller cuts power randomly. Riders describe the motor stopping for no reason, then jerking back online. It makes riding dangerous and unpredictable. Replacement parts don't exist. The chain uses a proprietary size. The motor uses a unique connector. The battery uses a connector that no other manufacturer uses. If anything breaks, you cannot fix it. You throw the bike away. Nakto's customer service ignores support requests. One user waited 90 days for a response about a broken motor. By the time Nakto responded, the return window had closed. The frame is cheap steel that rusts quickly. The welds are visible and unfinished. In some cases, welds are cracked right out of the box. The suspension is fake. It's a rigid fork that doesn't move. Number 11. Ecotric fat tire models. Ecotric makes fat tire bikes marketed as aggressive and durable. They're not. The company sells multiple models rated 500 to 1,000 watts. Motors fail frequently after 100 to 500 miles. The hub motor develops grinding sounds as internal magnets shift position during hard riding. One owner climbing a steep hill discovered his magnets had separated from the motor housing. The motor could have caught fire. Motor controllers fail repeatedly. Users report receiving 5 replacement controllers before getting one that worked. One owner went through 3 controllers and 2 motors before giving up. Troubleshooting is slow and ineffective. Battery capacity drops 30% annually. A 30-mile bike becomes 21 miles next year, 14 miles the year after. By year 3, the battery is useless. Battery cells swell and leak electrolyte during overcharge cycles. Replacements cost $500. Most owners abandon the bike. The frame is heavy and rigid. Fat tires provide comfort, but the front fork has no suspension. Bumps send shock straight to wrists and spine. Mechanical disc brakes require frequent adjustment. Bikes arrive 80% assembled, with missing or damaged parts. Customer service is unreachable. The Oakland facility closed years ago. Support responses take weeks. Ecotric ignores out-of-state complaints. Number 10. Vivy, 26-inch and 27.5-inch electric mountain bike models. In July of 2025, specifically July 17, the Consumer Product Safety Commission issued a recall on approximately 24,000 Vivy e-bikes due to fire and explosion hazards. The reason was clear: batteries that could overheat and catch fire without warning. The CPSC documented 14 reports of batteries overheating. 3 of those reports ended in confirmed fires. The fires happened during charging, during storage, and during riding. One battery caught fire while the bike sat in a garage. The fire spread to the house. The damage was catastrophic. The batteries are not UL certified. The company did not test the cells or the battery management system. The welds inside the battery pack are poor. The cells are low-grade lithium-ion units from an unknown manufacturer. Vivy did not invest $30,000 to $100,000 in safety certification. Instead, they cut costs and hoped nothing would go wrong. Everything went wrong. The battery management system doesn't prevent overcharging. The cells can charge beyond 4.2 volts per cell, which causes them to swell and burst. Riders opened their charging ports to find the battery swollen and pushing out of the case. Some batteries leaked electrolyte. Some caught fire. Vivy ordered all owners to stop using the bikes immediately. The company offers replacement batteries, but many people are afraid to charge them. The trust is broken. The brand is effectively dead. The bike itself is okay. The frame is reasonable, the motor is decent, the brakes are mechanical and functional. But nobody cares about any of that when the battery might burn your house down. Vivy destroyed their reputation in one moment of cost-cutting. Number 9. Jetson Bolt Folding E-Bike. Jetson's Bolt is different from the Bolt Pro. It's even worse in some ways. The Bolt has no pedals. You push the throttle or you don't go. The motor is 350 watts. The range is a claimed 30 miles, but real-world testing shows 17 miles maximum. The weight is extremely low at 34 pounds, which makes it easy to carry, but that lightweight means cheap materials and weak construction. The seat is stiff plastic. Users report back pain after 15 minutes of riding. The small wheels create vibration at any speed above 8 miles per hour. The braking system is a single mechanical disc brake in the rear. There's no front brake. You have to rely on one brake to stop a bike moving at 15 miles per hour. The battery is built in and not replaceable. It fails rapidly. Users report the Bolt losing half its capacity within 6 months. The display doesn't show accurate battery information. One owner watched the battery indicator show 3 bars while riding, then suddenly drop to empty. The bike shut down in traffic. The handlebar stem is cheap aluminum. It bends under normal riding conditions. The headset becomes loose and wobbly after a few months. The rear hub is glued to the frame, and if it cracks, you cannot fix it. You throw away the entire bike. Jetson's customer support is difficult to contact. The company doesn't provide phone numbers. You have to email them and wait days for a response. If your bike fails, you get put through a long troubleshooting process that doesn't work. Most people report giving up and buying a different bike. Number 8. Speedrid 26-inch fat tire electric bike. Speedrid is a brand that copies other popular designs and sells them cheaply. The quality reflects the low price. The motor is inconsistent. Some motors work well. Others come broken out of the box. The inconsistency is the biggest issue. You cannot predict how your specific unit will perform. One unit lasts 500 miles. Another fails after 50 miles. The brakes and throttle have poor response. The throttle is delayed. You twist it, and the bike doesn't move for a moment. Then it surges forward. Users describe the delay as making the bike dangerous in traffic. You try to accelerate, nothing happens, so you twist harder, then suddenly the bike jumps forward. The frame quality is inconsistent. Some frames are straight. Others come bent slightly. The owner has to true the frame before riding, or the wheel will rub on the brakes. The fake suspension does nothing. The motor grinding is common after 100 miles. The battery is cheap and degrades fast. Parts are impossible to find. Speedrid doesn't offer replacement parts to the public. If your chain breaks, you cannot get another one. If your brake pads wear out, you're stuck. The bike is single-use. When something breaks, you buy a new bike. Number 7. Nakto Folding Electric Bike Models. Nakto's folding bikes are even worse than their full-size models. The frame is weak aluminum. The hinge system is unreliable. Users report the folding mechanism becoming loose after a few weeks. The battery connector is unique and proprietary. If you want a second battery, you cannot find one. The motor is underpowered for the bike's weight. The brakes are cheap and loose. The handlebar stem is thin aluminum that bends easily. Parts don't exist for these bikes. The proprietary connectors mean you can't upgrade or fix anything. If the battery fails, the bike is trash. If the motor fails, the bike is trash. Customer support is non-existent. One user said he tried contacting Nakto for 60 days about a broken throttle and never got a response. Number 6. Gotrax EBE-01 and EBE-02 folding e-bikes. Gotrax makes scooters and bikes. The EBE-01 and EBE-02 are underpowered and overpriced. The motor is 350 watts but operates at much less power due to controller limitations. The bike claims a 40-mile range. Real range is 20 miles at best. The battery drains fast in cold weather. The claimed battery capacity is misleading. The suspension is fake. The front fork moves, but there's no actual suspension mechanism. The motor is a hub motor with no gearing, so it's slow. The brakes are inadequate for the bike's weight. The frame is heavy aluminum that doesn't have good welds. Parts are hard to find. Gotrax customer service is slow and unhelpful. Most users report that their support never responds to emails. If your bike breaks, you're on your own. Number 5. Obstacore 20-inch folding electric bike. Obstacore is an unknown brand that sells on Amazon exclusively. The bikes are poorly made. The wiring harness is cheap and exposed. Multiple users report the harness shorting out and starting to catch fire. The batteries swell under charge. Owners report opening the charging port to find the battery case expanded. The battery connector is proprietary. Spares don't exist. If the battery fails, the bike is worthless. The brakes barely engage under any load. The motor is weak. The frame is flimsy. The seat is uncomfortable. There is nothing good about this bike. It's a product made to be cheap and disposable. Number 4. Merax Finn 26-inch electric mountain bike. Merax claims their Finn has suspension. The suspension is fake. The fake fork looks like suspension but doesn't move. It's just a heavy aluminum tube with no dampening. The frame flexes under normal riding. The bike feels unstable. The brakes lock up unevenly. One side engages before the other, creating a twisting motion that pulls the bike sideways. The motor is weak. The range is short. Parts are difficult to source. The frame quality is poor. Welds crack. The paint chips easily. The bike feels cheap and looks cheap because it is cheap. Number 3. Generic no-name 750-watt Amazon e-bikes. Budget fat tire models sold under random Amazon brand names claim 750 watts of power. The marketing is a lie. Real power is 350 watts. The companies know it. They're betting you won't test it immediately. The batteries are cheap and fail fast. Users report buying the bike and having the battery lose half its capacity within the first month. Replacement batteries cost $500 or more. By that point, you've spent $700 on a bike worth nothing. The frames are rigid and heavy. The fake suspension forks do nothing. The motor's grinding is common after 50 to 100 miles. The brake calipers are poorly assembled. They rub on the rim even though they're disc brakes. The motor dies, the battery swells, the wiring harness shorts. Number 2. Ascend, Cabrio, and Minaret folding models. These are generic e-bikes sold at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's under the Ascend brand. Pacific Cycle manufactures them. The recall from January 2024 shows how even retail chains can sell defective e-bikes. The wiring harness that manages battery charging was improperly assembled. The result is overheating and fire while the bike charges overnight. The CPSC documented 3 fires. One person suffered second-degree burns. About 1,700 units were recalled. The bike sold for $1,400 to $1,500 between January and November 2023. The frame is rigid aluminum. The fake suspension fork does nothing. The brakes are mechanical and loose. The motor is weak. But none of that matters when the battery charger catches fire and burns your house down. The company offered full refunds, but the trust is broken. Bass Pro and Cabela's have stopped selling the models. Number 1. Cheap battery e-bikes. Gyroar, Fengji QS, Ridstar, UPP. The CPSC issued urgent stop-use warnings on all 4 brands in 2025 and 2026. Ridstar Q20 received a warning March 19, 2026. 11 fires documented, 1 burn injury, 5 smoke inhalation cases, over $40,000 in property damage. Efenkis 7 Pro, 9 confirmed fires, $12,000 in property damage, price $700 to $1,200. Gyroar C3, 2 battery fires, 2 medical injuries including burns and smoke inhalation, sold around $600. Unit pack power batteries, 13 U.S. fires, 7 with major property damage, plus multiple UK fires. All sold on Amazon, Walmart, eBay, AliExpress. 0 UL certification, 0 safety testing. Every manufacturer refused recalls despite documented dangers and injuries. Conclusion: the electric bike market is broken. Cheap Chinese brands are flooding Amazon and Walmart. Nobody is testing them. Nobody is certifying them. The CPSC can't recall them fast enough. If you want an e-bike, buy from a brand with real UL certification. Look for the stickers on the bike itself. If it says UL 2849 and UL 2271, it's been tested. If those stickers don't exist, the bike is a fire waiting to happen. Your safety is worth more than saving $300.